out you've embellished again, he'll—" Lenny's words trailed off, as if the punishment would be too horrendous for any human to bear. Carter's shoulders dropped, his cheeks twitched. He released a long, laden breath before he spun around to face Lenny directly. He wouldn't offer him the satisfaction of anger. "It's not embellishing, Lenny. It's called creativity." His tone was almost transparent. "It's describing the accident with words that make the situation clear. That's my job as a claims adjuster. Harold can't get mad at that." But the surrender in his reply answered for him. Yes, Harold undeniably could. Lenny pushed sagging glasses against his face, then with a puff of exasperation, leaned in to peruse Carter's screen. "You haven't always been like this. What happened?" When Carter said nothing, Lenny continued. "I taught you better. You need to follow company policy." He wiped at his nose with a starched handkerchief. "Otherwise—" His head began fish-flopping from side to side, and as he forced out the gruesome truth, he stepped back to create distance. "Carter, you'll get fired." Chapter 2. Meet Abby McBride. Abigail McBride, Abby to her friends, tapped her pen a dozen times around the word bamboozle until she'd created a peppered halo. The usage of the word was fine, even arguably creative, but there were better choices. It was a matter of style, one of the more difficult concepts she struggled to teach new writers. "Excuse me, Abby, do you have a book on karate?" Abby stifled a giggle. The customer asking was Mrs. Lenore Jenkins, a store regular who had to be at least 85. "We do, but I'll only show you if you promise not to hurt me." It was a bad joke, and as soon as the words scampered out, Abby regretted trying to be funny. "Why would I hurt you, dear?" "No, of course you wouldn't." Abby offered an agreeing smile, set aside the manuscript she was editing, and waved her patron forward. "Fire up that walker and follow me," Abby declared. "The martial arts section is over here." Mrs. Jenkins had not yet discovered the convenience of ordering books on Amazon, and for that she deserved to be worshipped. The ReadMore Café was a family business, an eclectic favorite of the locals in Springfield that sat near the eastern bank of the Connecticut River, a place many described as charming. It was half bookstore, half dessert shop, a fact that helped ensure ReadMore's survival. When the big bookstore chains rolled into town in the late 90s, followed by burgeoning online sales that extinguished many of the country's independent bookstores, the ReadMore Café flourished. While it was true that ReadMore's customers could buy books online for less, Abby's uncle, company owner Mannie McBride, had devised a secret weapon: apple crostata streusel. And that was not all. The place served an array of gourmet pastries, pies, puddings, and pleasures that many claimed would bring world peace. Even their sandwiches were, as the columnist for the local paper had once noted, rapturous. The bookstore Café was located in a quaint, century-old building that was once the city library. While rich with charm, it also meant that on occasion the staff had to explain to a few of Mrs. Jenkins' contemporaries that no, books couldn't be checked out, they had to be purchased. Today, after Abby made certain that both Mrs. Jenkins and her walker were under control, she headed over to the cafe area of the store to help wipe tables. In addition to Mannie and Abby, the business employed a half-dozen book and food lovers of assorted sizes, ages, and tastes. One of the mainstays was Rosa Reynoso, a middle-aged, silver-haired woman of German descent, as plump as she was spunky. She'd been with the store since the heyday of Sophie's Choice, a book that still rested on her nightstand table. Even more impressive, a few years ago she had inherited a respectable amount of money, enough to retire, and